Hi, my name is Malin Coleman. I'd like to speak to you about the Water Systems Project. I can understand the allure of privatization, but it is not as synonymous with specialization as it might be implied. Access to quality water is a human right until it becomes a company's product. While outsourcing water services offers a potential for bringing professional insight onto the project, it also comes with probable risks. Once public services are turned over to private companies, the public's interest is no longer top priority. These companies serve their shareholders, generating revenue at the public's expense. Public dollars are going towards the project regardless, but this limits our voice in how our dollars are being spent. And if cost goes up and service is no longer affordable, the public will suffer. Once privatized, we no longer have a say or even the ability to monitor the quality or cost of our water services. Private companies are shown to charge 59% more than public providers. That is with less accountability and supervision. Still wondering if the pros outweigh the cons? We moved to public water systems in the 19th century to ensure quality, safe, clean water as a standard. Willing to jeopardize that? In 2012, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania was. They hired Veolia, the same company involved in the management of Flint's water system at the time. Veolia decided to cut costs by implementing cheaper corrosion control chemicals, which resulted in a spike in lead throughout the Pennsylvania water system. That choice was made in the shareholders' best interest, not the public. But it was the public who paid the cost as thousands of families suffered health conditions. And much like their response to the crisis in Flint, Veolia stated that this tragedy is not their fault. Though it happened under their management, they claimed the potential of crisis existed before they took over the project. Outsourcing water service systems typically cuts workforce in the field by 34%, meaning systems are not being serviced, again, to cut costs. This increases the likelihood of deterioration. And with 70 to 80% of the water systems being underground, it's highly difficult to monitor the performance of the contractor. It's a pass the buck system of loose accountability. In an effort to lessen funding, the federal government is pushing to pass the buck to privatization. For the sake of affordability and redirected focus, local governments find the passing the buck appealing. As the buck passes, so does the blame when things go awry. Our water systems are a public service in the public's interest and should remain in the public control. When the buck is passed, so is the control, down to the one holding it. Private companies holding the buck then have the right to decisions of quality control, layoffs, and services provided. And that is how a natural resource becomes a monopoly. When we have concerns about our water system in public control, we can bring those concerns to the polls. But once privatized, we have no one to cry to, no one to speak to, no way out. There's little to no competition in this field and very little accountability. So what are the risks? Mismanagement. And mismanagement can lead to sewage disruption, chemical poisoning, or even unaffordable services, all detrimental to public health and not a far cry given companies like Veolia's track record. They're cost cutters because that's how they pay their shareholders. And so I plead with you to no longer consider outsourcing this water systems project. Thank you for your time today.